what's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul with another mail call. This one is a Silver Age key in a very high-grade slab. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about it today. It's a really important book. And this was an eBay purchase. I was the high bidder on this Silver Age slab after 34 bids. So, regular viewers of the channel know we've been looking for auctions with low starting bids as some of the best values going right now. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Paul Kosnick. I have over 40 years experience collecting comics, and I share my experience and passion for comic book collecting, investing, and conservation here on the channel. Wow. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, tell a friend about the channel, and subscribe. So what is this and why do we care? Well, it's Hawkman number 4 from October 1964, featuring the first appearance of Zatanna. It's written by Gardner Fox, drawn by Murphy Anderson, and edited by the man who is today recognized as the architect of the Silver Age, Julius Schwartz. The other milestone that makes this issue important is this is the first issue of the first ever company-wide crossover event in comic book history. Later dubbed Zatanna's Quest when it was collected in a trade paperback, the crossover event, which starts here, spans 6 issues published over 2.5 years. It introduces Zatanna and her quest to find her father Zatanna. For those of you not familiar, Zatanna was introduced in the same comic book as Superman, Action Comics number 1 from 1938. He was regularly featured in backup stories in Action and World's Finest Comics from 1938 until 1951. Zatanna's last Golden Age appearance was a 6-page backup story in World's Finest Comics number 51. Fast forward 13 years to 1964, and Julius Schwartz and company have been reintroducing new versions of the Golden Age heroes in what would later become known as the Silver Age of comics. And Gardner Fox and Murphy Anderson are 2 of his main collaborators. Those of you that have been watching the channel know that I recently acquired the Murphy Anderson file copy of Batman number 232 in CGC Pedigree 9.4, which I consider to be one of the most important comic books in my entire collection. Zatanna is basically the new Zatanna of the Silver Age, and she's introduced in a quest to find her father who's been missing for 13 years. Her quest spans 6 issues. This issue, Hawkman number 4 from October 1964, Detective number 336 from February of 1965, which features a character called the Witch, who was later revealed to be Zatanna in disguise and under the control of the Outsider. The Atom number 19 from June of 1965, which is her first cover appearance in a small inset. Green Lantern number 42 from January 1966, which is her second cover in which we finally see her full figure. A backup story in Detective number 355 from August 1966, and finally, Justice League of America number 51 from February 1967, in which she finally finds her dad Zatanna. After that, she's a regular backup story and guest star in DC Comics until officially joining the Justice League 12 years later in issue number 161 from December 1978. Zatanna enjoys a long stint as a member of the Justice League and later as a founding member of the Justice League Dark. DC has reportedly been developing Justice League Dark for live action for some time, and Zatanna was being developed for a solo live action film by Warner Brothers and Bad Robot Productions that was going to be debuted on HBO Max. But it was recently announced that HBO was walking away from the project. That announcement seemed to trigger some panic selling in Hawkman number 4, but Bad Robot is reportedly now shopping the project around. I'm betting J.J. Abrams isn't giving up on this project, and this isn't the end of the film, but rather just a delay, and perhaps even an opportunity to take the project to the big screen rather than an HBO Max premiere. There are just over 1,400 universal copies of this comic in the CGC census, and the median grade is just a 5.5, indicating that this book is tough and high grade. Regular viewers of the channel know that I like to hunt Silver Age keys in the top 20th percentile or better, and that this 8.0 hits the high grade mark, being top 16th percentile of all slabbed copies in the census. The all-time market high for an 8.0 is $3,500, set less than a year ago in January of 2022. But with the FOMC hiking interest rates and the deflation that we are seeing in all asset classes, this book is on sale, and the current fair market value of an 8.0 is just over $2,000 at $2,050. Comic book collectors should all have Fed Chair Powell on their Christmas card list this year because we are getting some great buying opportunities. I'm urging followers of the channel to be patient and take advantage of the current market downturn and volatility to purchase some really fantastic blue chip investment grade comics at incredible entry points. As I mentioned, this was an eBay purchase. My winning bid was $1,883, about $175 under the current fair market value, but a significant 46% discount from the market high set earlier this year. While I'm thrilled to put a high-grade copy of this Silver Age key in my personal collection, longtime viewers of the channel know that I have an even more special copy of this book already in my personal collection. A very nice raw copy that I would estimate around a 6.5 or so, that has here Murphy Anderson's signature in a humble ballpoint pen, and then on the first page, Julius Schwartz's signature. Old school collectors know that this is the way that creators used to sign books, not on the cover as is the tradition today, but on the first page, usually below the indicia. As both Julius Schwartz and Murphy Anderson are no longer with us, this book will just never be recreated. And so, to me, this is even more important than a very high-grade copy. I doubt I'll ever let this signed copy go, but I also couldn't pass up acquiring an investment-grade slabbed copy. So for the moment, I intend to keep both these copies in my personal collection. I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. I know it's an embarrassment of riches to be able to afford some of this expensive paper. And I've also said, for me, it's more about the hunt than about having the thing. I really enjoy seeking these oddities and rare comics out and getting a great deal on them. For those of you that want to chase some Zatanna books on a more modest budget, there are some great alternatives that will be no less satisfying to add to your personal collection. I recommend DC Superstars number 11 from 1977, which collects her backup stories featured in Adventure Comics from before she joined the JLA. The Zatanna Special from 1986, which is her first self-titled one-shot, or one of the underprinted issues of her first solo ongoing series launched in 2010 that ran only 16 issues. Many have stunning Adam Hughes covers. My personal favorite is number 15, but 11 and 16 are also highly sought after by collectors, and number 16 being the last issue is especially difficult to hunt. I hope you enjoyed this video on Hawkman number 4, the first appearance of Zatanna that kicked off the first ever company-wide comic book crossover event. I want to thank the Comic Den for getting this book safely to me, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Do you think this book is going nowhere but down now that it's been announced that HBO is pulled out of the Zatanna live action project? Or are you still bullish on Zatanna's prospects like I am and want to take advantage of the market weakness? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting and take care of one another.